Welcome back to Live With, brought to you by Species Nutrition. Visit speciesnutrition.com. I'm Dave Palumbo. Today's guest is the promoter of the Popeyes Fall Classic up in Canada. He's Tarik Rahiman. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Dave.
You got a big show coming up this coming weekend on Saturday, and Big Ramy's coming to town to guest pose. That's going to be exciting.
That's correct. It's his first time up in Canada, so we're pretty honored to have him here.
Let me ask you a question. How do you go about hiring Big Ramy for a guest posing? How does that work?
Well, just because we've had his sponsors struggle to bring him here because he's not from the country, we had to hire an immigration team.
Did you really?
Yes, we had to hire an immigration team to get his work done. And then we had to do my background check, my owner's background check. I had to get him to do like 3 biometrics from like Kuwait.
Oh my God.
Egypt. Oh yeah, it was like a 10-month process.
What a pain in the neck.
It was, but we wanted to try to be different for our spectators and our fans. But it took about 10 months, and then he actually got denied last year. We tried to get him last year.
Oh really?
And
why'd they deny him? They let Hadi Shupin into the country. They can't get Big Ramy in the country?
What happened was he didn't do his biometrics properly, and
what's biometrics? Explain that to me. What's that mean?
It's like a where they scan your eye and your hand, and one of the scannings didn't go properly, so he had to go back.
The size of him. Of course it didn't go. He's not normal. He's not a normal human being. He's 340 pounds.
No, I knew that. So it was on August 28th last year. They're like, "Oh, you got denied." So we brought Rolly Winkler instead.
Right.
And me being the stubborn promoter I am, I'm like, no, I'm going to make this happen. So I reopened the case, and then they approved him September 17th last year.
Right.
So I'm like, well, I have Ramy and I already have Rolly. I'm like, maybe I'll keep this in my pocket for next year. And then, yeah, it got approved, and yeah, he's coming this year in like 3 days. He'll be here tomorrow, actually.
So what is it? What does it cost to do all the immigration paperwork?
It varies. It can range between like $2,000 to $3,000.
Wow. And then you got to first pay him, and then you got to fly him in, and I'm sure you got to fly him first class, right?
Oh yeah, because they have a contract we deal with Matt Daniels. I've been working with him for the past like 5 years. So
manager Matt handles Big Ramy now too. Oh my God.
I guess so. I've been working with him. We had Phil Heath first.
Yeah, and then we got he does Phil. Yeah, or he did Phil. Yeah.
Yeah, we got them all. So like this year we wanted to do something different. But yeah, Matt's coming in tonight at 11, and then Ramy comes in tomorrow. We're actually celebrating Matt's birthday tomorrow. So.
Wow. Tell Matt I said happy birthday. Now, to bring in someone who costs that much money, obviously there has to be a return on that. So now you're going to pick up Ramy tomorrow. What are you going to do with him? Do you have him doing appearances? What's the itinerary?
Well, we get him to our main gyms and our main sponsors. So, like, we're going to get him at West Coast Iron. It's owned actually by some local pros like Ron Parlow.
Yeah, I know
Richie.
Ron.
Yeah, so he'll be going there, and they're one of our main sponsors. He'll do some signings there, and then he'll be at registration, and then he'll be at the show day and night, and he'll be, like, signing autographs, taking pictures. Right. We just want him to have a good time just for the fact that he did all that work for us, so it's like a give and take. So I'm excited.
It sounds like you guys did a lot of the work, but I guess he had to go get all the barometrics done, right?
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of work. It was like 10 months out of my life, but I probably know more about Ramy than a lot of people do.
What did you learn about Ramy that you didn't know before?
That he was a butcher, and he worked at a gym for like a year before he started training, and then like all the places he's traveled, all the wheres he's won, how many shows he's done. I'm like, man, I feel like I should be your man.
Hold on, he was a butcher? Where was he a butcher?
I'm not sure, but like, yeah, that's what he did before. And then someone was like, oh, you should do a show. And then he worked at a gym.
I thought he was a fisherman. I didn't know he was a butcher too. Wow, he's done it all.
Guy's got to grow, I guess.
That's right. No wonder why he's huge. He probably was eating all the meat in the back room. He was stealing all the chop meat, that he was cutting up.
Oh yeah, sure.
Now, is he going to guest pose for you on stage too?
What was that?
Will he be guest posing at the show as well?
He will be guest posing at the night show. He'll be there during the day to meet and greet everybody. In the night show, he's going to be handing out the award for Masters Bodybuilding and Open Bodybuilding.
Right. All right. So you guys will have to get us the guest posing footage, so we can put it up.
Absolutely. We'll do that for sure.
Now, When Big Ramy comes, obviously his English is way better than it's been. Will you have him give a seminar, or is that something he's not comfortable doing yet?
We'll depend on him. Like if of course he's gonna be guest speaking to the athletes. If we have time for the Sunday, I think he'll be with John Meadows. We have John Meadows coming too.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so we'll be probably doing that based out of West Coast Iron on the Sunday before he leaves.
Yeah. Now, when manager Matt, when you deal with Matt, and Matt kind of represents the athletes a little bit. What is like some of Ramy's requests in terms of like food intake? Like what does he want to be fed while he's there?
Well, we wanted to make it as simple as possible, especially being a Muslim. So you want to have kosher meat and stuff.
Right.
So I actually work with a company called Vancouver Muscle Meals and Pure Meals, and they actually have kosher meat here. So we got his diet, so we have it ready for Wednesday to Saturday.
Is Ramy kosher? I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Well, being Muslim, you have to eat like halal kosher meat.
Oh, okay.
The way
I got you.
So like the way it's killed and stuff. So we wanted to make sure he was like fit to his macros and everything was perfect for how he.
How much does he have to eat? Like what did you prepare for him?
It was like 6 meals of like steak, rice, beef, rice, yams. It was like I was like, man, no wonder you can grow that big. I'm like, I'm a little taller than you, and you're like double my weight.
Now, if you're a Muslim, can you go and eat McDonald's? Is that on the list or no?
Well, you could have like fish fillets and stuff, but no, you can't.
Oh, you can't have the meat there then. Okay.
Oh.
You think McDonald's would be smart enough to like get their meat like kosher or something like that, so that they can serve it to everyone?
There's certain places that do. Like we have Popeyes here. It's owned by a couple Muslim families, but like where my family's from, Fiji, we actually have a McDonald's that serves halal meat.
Oh, you do? I would say that makes sense. Obviously, I'm sure in the Middle Eastern countries that's the case, but.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, you would think McDonald's, they're so widespread, you would think that would be something that they would just do by nature. Because really, halal meat is just it's the way it's killed, right?
Yep. What they do is they try to make the animal not suffer as much as possible, and then drain the blood.
Yeah. It's a more humane way to kill the animal too, and it doesn't stress them out as much.
No, absolutely, I totally agree.
So I mean, I would if it was up to me, I would eat all halal type kosher meats because.
Well, yeah, and then a lot of grocery stores like Superstore, Safeway, Save on Foods, they have a halal section, which is pretty cool now.
Well, they say that when the animal's not as stressed and it doesn't have as much adrenaline, the meat is healthier too for you. I don't know if that's the case or not, but
that's what I hear so far.
Yeah, I believe it is. So Ramy will be out there. You'll be feeding them. You'll be doing all these appearances. And what if fans are in the area and they want to see the show? First of all, where is the show being held?
The show is being held at the Hard Rock Casino in Coquitlam, British Columbia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's going to be about 65 vendors there as well, from like supplements, clothing, food, massage therapy, holistic nutrition. Yeah, we want to make it. We want to cater to every demographic because, like, for people who are attending, who a lot of people have never seen a show before, like it could get boring for them. So we want them to realize it's cater to everybody. So. People who are wanting to lose weight, build muscle, live a healthy lifestyle, and understand why they do what they do instead of making it feel such like a narcissistic sport, which it's not. Like there's so many stories. I've been promoting now for 5 years. I've been in the industry for 10, being in the supplement company I am in. So you get to hear so many stories from like anxiety, depression, fighting drugs, overweight. So it's exciting to hear. Even like we've had people fighting cancer that are cancer free now. So it gets everyone to realize the why behind it. So that's why I do what I do. So other family members, coworkers, partners understand why these athletes are doing it instead of, some of them are wanting to go pro, which is awesome. And some of them have it as a bucket list thing too. So.
All right. Well, it sounds like it's going to be a fun, exciting show. And if you want to see Big Ramy and you're in that Hard Rock Casino area, you can stop in. And where do they pick up the tickets? They can pick them up there, or can they buy them ahead of time?
Well, it is general admission is morning, so it's an open seating event. But if you want to get reserved seating, you have to go through Ticketmaster. Okay. So it's a first come first basis. But yeah, it's pretty exciting. I'm excited to have him here, and my goal is like to move up in the promoter rankings. Like I've went to Olympia this year, and I got to meet JM for the first time. Me and Tyler have been talking frequently, and that's my overall goal, to eventually get like a pro qualifier and maybe help promote the Olympia one day.
Sounds great. You're doing a great job up there. Keep up the great work. Bring those big guest posers in. That's what makes it exciting for the athletes and for the fans. It's the Popeye's Fall Classic. It'll be this Saturday. Check it out. Make sure you go to Ticketmaster, get your tickets. General admission on the prejudging. You can just show up at the show. And say hello to all my Canadian fans up there, Tarik.
All right, thank you for having me, Dave. It means a lot.
All right. Guys, that's going to take us to the end of another episode of Live With, brought to you by Species Nutrition. Visit speciesnutrition.com. I'm Dave Palumbo. We'll see you next time.